Restless Outdoors.
Today we are at the Headwaters State Park. We're going to do a quick overnight tonight. It's funny because yesterday the temperature in Cleveland or Northeast Ohio was around 72 degrees, and today, as you can see here, it's starting to snow, so we dropped a good like 45 degrees basically in a matter of 24 hours. So, but we had this site picked out. We came here to really just test out that lean-to shelter. The lean-to shelter are the type of shelters that actually are kind of scattered across the Laurel Highlands Trail, and as you hike the trail you can reserve one of these things. So that's what we decided to do, was reserve like 5 or 6 of them on our way down to the Laurel Highlands. So we never slept in one, so that's what we're out here today. We're going to kind of see how it is. I still brought my duplex tent with me because I'm not sure if I'm sold on sleeping in a lean-to, and this is kind of going to determine whether or not I bring my tent on this trip or I just sleep in the lean-to and save the weight. So, but right now we're just starting to make a fire, and we're just going to kind of chill here and just relax and enjoy the scenery. It's, you know, not that cold yet. It sort of is, but it's not. So, I hope you guys enjoy. So the cool thing about this place, the lean-to shelter is actually right by the water. Now, we used to fish here during the summertime, and actually last summer was the very first time that we ever came to fish here, and we actually had pretty good success. We would take the kayaks out here. The water is actually pretty deep in some sections, but there are some sections that are pretty shallow, but mainly your crappie, there's you know, your panfish, bluegill, bass. Never caught a walleye or pike out of here, but we kind of stumbled upon this place where you can camp. And again, when we saw the lean-to shelter, we were like pretty excited. In the campsite, you're kind of surrounded by these pines here, and it just I don't know, it's just very inviting. It's very very scenic here. And again, we're only not even an hour away from where we live in Northeast Ohio. So anyone that's ever thought of coming down here, I highly recommend coming down here. It really is a great place. Although these lean-to shelters, I can tell you right now, they get pretty booked up pretty fast. Luckily here in February, last week, really there's no one here. There's actually someone at another lean-to shelter up the ways here, but it's pretty much just us two. Okay, so now we are in the lean-to shelter. There's Timmy right now, resting like an old man.
Hi, guys.
And we have a beautiful, beautiful fire raging here. So, with that said, I don't know what the temperature is right now. I'd say got to be in the 30s.
Low 30s, yeah.
Low 30s, something like that.
Obviously, we have snow out there.
We got a little snow. And it's kind of like that granular snow that keeps on falling. But honestly, in here, with this fire, it's a huge difference, I have to say.
Yeah.
Just for me walking around outside and then kind of coming in here, it does trap the heat pretty nicely in here. Now, Tim did put a tarp over in this corner to kind of block the wind, because we do have a little bit of a headwind coming off from the lake. So, but we don't feel any wind in here, and it's very comfortable. I mean, just sitting in front of the fire here, it's like, I'd have to say it's got to be, you know, 20 degrees warmer, kind of like in this vicinity right here. So Tim does have his cot set up back there, and he's going to be sleeping in here. And I will be hanging out for the majority of the night here. But so far, it's cool. This has been a long time coming, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
We planned on this for quite a while. And again, like I was saying before, these sites are just, especially this particular one, it's always booked. So, but we have it for tonight, all alone.
We reserved this spot 3 or 4 times and didn't make it. The one time we did go to Red River Gorge instead of coming here, so check out the Red River Gorge video.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was another, yeah, we were supposed to actually be here. Yeah, it's cool. We finally made it. about 9:40 right now, about 27 degrees, and we're still nice and toasty warm. How do you like this place so far?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. We just ate some bull noodle and just enjoying the fire, just talking. So, so far, so good. We're loving it. Thanks. Tim is going to sleep in the lean-to shelter, and I'm making my way back to my tent. This is actually the first night that I'm going to spend the night in here outside of my deck. Well, I shouldn't say that. I slept in it at Zaleski, but not nearly as cold as this. So we'll turn it around. We actually have quite a bit of snow on here. I shouldn't call it quite a bit, but okay. I think it's going to be time to retire, so I'll meet you inside. Okay, guys, we're in the tent right now. You can still see a little bit of snow on here, but we're good to go. So Tim's going to be in the lean-to shelter. I'm going to stay the night in the duplex, and we're going to see how this goes. I think it's still about 27 degrees, and it's probably around 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. We had a great time just staying in the lean-to in front of the fire. It was very, very nice and warm. So, but we're tired. So we're going to hit the sack, and I will check with you guys back in the morning. Good night.
Good morning, guys. We're gonna have to go check on Tim and see how he did. I myself slept very good.